What is up, Karatics? In this video I'm going to be doing a guide for this week's normal time trial, RC Bandito time trial, and the premium race totaling over $300,000. Remember, with the time trials can only be completed once a week for the full $100,000 payout. The premium race, however, can be completed in a limited amount of times with a 48-minute cooldown between each win. Also keep in mind that rocket-powered / flying vehicles cannot be used in time trials. So starting off with the time trial this week, which is coast to coast, I highly recommend are the Pariah, Itala GTO, the Vest 8, Emerus, Krieger, Hakachu Drag, Shotaro, or Baddie 801 for this time trial. Now in terms of route, make sure to take the highway route shown here rather than the off-road route it prompts you to take when you first map it. In general, this time trial is pretty easy as it's mostly highway top speed. The only difficult part is definitely when you get closer to the end of the time trial, when you're going high speed on a bumpy dirt path. Make sure to take the small shortcut at the very end to drive directly into the finish line of the time trial. As always, I will be attempting to use either the casino podium vehicle or the prize ride of the current event week on these time trials so they're quick enough to complete them. So for this event week, we have the Landstalker XL on the casino podium and the brand new Cypher as the prize ride. Now the Landstalker is very, very slow, just like any normal plain SUV, so that one is completely out of the question. However, the Cypher does have a decent chance, although the top speed of it isn't all that great, but I still gave it a couple attempts, and the top speed again is just too low in the highway section. So before trying another car, I decided to stance this car through the interaction menu, which typically gives these cars a small boost in speed and then slightly worse handling, which is the downside to it. However, this one is mostly highway, so I wasn't completely concerned about the handling, so I tried it with that method, just stancing it from the interaction menu. And the Cypher, I was surprised, it gets a very significant speed boost compared to other cars just by stancing it. Now in terms of handling with the stance, it does understeer quite a bit with this, but because of how top speed intensive this time trial is, it works out pretty well. You just have to brake a bit extra for the turns. And obviously it's not as bad as low grip tires. Again, this is normal tires and stance. So I decided to give it a try in this configuration, only stance, and I was finally able to beat this time trial with the brand new Cypher, which honestly I was pretty surprised about. Moving on to this week's RC Bandito time trial, which is Power Station. As always, you need to own an RC Bandito in order to participate in these. So this RC time trial is pretty tricky if you've never done it before because of the tighter cornering sections, jumps, and the worker AIs that are always standing around in the way for some of your paths. It gets a bit annoying sometimes when you hit them. So I highly recommend doing this one at night if you can, so that there's little to no workers there. It makes it a bit more easier. Other than that, the main tip I can give here is to make sure to brake a lot in the lower speed corners and the tighter sections as well. And when you use your brakes, make sure to press them in about halfway in, not all the way, or you might lose control of your Bandito. And lastly, we have this week's premium race, which is a sign of things to come. This one is restricted to the motorcycles class. I highly recommend either the Shotaro or a Hakachu drag for this race. Now this one is probably my least favorite premium race if I'm being honest, and that's because you're forced to use bikes, which to begin with I don't really like much in GTA, but the main thing is the actual path of this race. It's a pretty complex mix of dirt paths with blind corners, blind jumps, and you have to angle some of the jumps properly before you go off, meaning this is one that you definitely have to practice beforehand, and it can get pretty tricky, and sometimes there's a lot of luck involved as well in those off-road paths. Now it's been a while since I've done this race, so you can definitely in my run see how rusty I was. I made quite a few mistakes actually, but I left them in because I was still able to grab the win because a lot of my opponents also made the same mistakes. So again, this run is very rough, not ideal at all, but hopefully you can see the places where I messed up and where you should definitely practice those specific parts. But anyways, for this race I will be using a fully upgraded Shotaro.
Bye, have a great time.
Bruh.
And that's it, guys. The normal time trial is pretty easy if you use one of the vehicles I recommended with a good top speed. The RC time trial is definitely a bit more difficult if you've never done it before, so just make sure to do it at night if you can and brake a lot for the turns. And this week's premium race will definitely take some practice if you've never done it before. Again, remember guys, you can earn over 300,000 between the three of this week, and setting yourself to go to beat them is always a lot of fun in my personal opinion. Let me know which one you found most difficult and what vehicles you used down below in the comments. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.